Hi, I'm a foreigner traveling to Korea and I'm really excited, but I'm not sure what to do. Well, you've clicked on the right video. These are the things that you must do as a foreigner traveling to Korea. But before we dive right in, don't forget to subscribe if you have not. Hi, my name is Caroline, also known as caradaze, and I make traveling, lifestyle, and entertainment videos where I show interested people like you how to travel more frequently and affordably in their 20s. I am a world explorer whose goal is to inspire people to stay curious, so if that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. If you're a foreigner visiting Korea, you should definitely check out the clubbing districts. Now, Korea is known for its K-pop and K-dramas and the huge impact that it's had on the entertainment industry in the past few years. But what a lot of people don't know is that Korea has a very big and booming nightlife. If you're a foreigner visiting Korea, I highly recommend you stop at one of the 3 main party districts in Seoul. The first district that you should definitely check out, which is always talked about, is Hongdae. It is a huge clubbing district in Seoul. Most foreigners go there whenever they think of going out in Korea. It has a very young vibe, so if you're not in your early 20s, middle 20s, and teens, it may not be the vibe for you, but even if you're not going there to club, because there's tons and tons and tons of clubs there, there's a lot of other things to do as well that has nothing to do with clubbing, but more to do with shopping and enjoying street food, and especially the street performers. That was definitely one of my favorite things to do when going to Hongdae. Yes, I would go out with my friends here and there, but the street performers were the main and best entertainment for the entire night. And then of course, the food in Hongdae, you just can't beat it. It's authentic Korean food and it's delicious. I also might be a little biased when it comes to Hongdae because they had the best themed cafes that I saw throughout my entire stay in Korea. And maybe it might be because the Harry Potter cafe is in Hongdae, I don't know, but I am a big Harry Potter fan, so checking out that cafe was definitely a highlight of my trip. So if you're gonna be traveling to Korea as a foreigner, highly recommend you make a stop in Hongdae. During the day or even at night, it's great during both times. The next district you should check out for clubbing is Gangnam. Have you ever heard of Gangnam Style? Well, it is just that. It is a huge district in Seoul that has tons and tons of things to do. It is very upscale, and of course, the clubs match it. So Gangnam is way more adult, so if you are a little bit on the 25 and up side, of course, you can be any age. As long as you're the age to enter a club, you can go to Gangnam. But from what I saw in terms of the demographic there and the age range I was seeing there, definitely was more adults, depending on the club you went to, of course. And then even just the bars and eating out, you will see definitely a higher prevalence of older adults. So if that's the vibe you're going for, you might definitely like Gangnam. Now, however, because it is more upscale, the prices match. So if there is any cover at the door, don't expect Hongdae prices, right? And if you want some food afterwards, don't expect street food from Hongdae. You're in Gangnam now, so it's a little pricey where you go eat, right? But I will say in Gangnam, going out to those clubs as a foreigner can be hit or miss depending on the club you go to. Now, of course, there are clubs that will accept a foreigner, but you are in Korea, and unfortunately, there is still a little bit of prejudice anywhere you go in this world. So I did find that in Gangnam, they had more clubs that were quote unquote Korean only and that weren't as foreigner friendly. So definitely do your research on that and just keep an eye out for that. Or don't be surprised if you just try to walk up to a random club in Gangnam and maybe you're not getting in. It just depends. So, but I definitely recommend it as a cool club stop or just a cool place to check out in general. The last but not least district I want to touch on is Itaewon. Now, Itaewon was my favorite district to go out in when I was in Korea with my friends. It is based upon the drama Itaewon Class, and it attracts a lot of foreigners and local Koreans every single weekend. It is a big party hub, and it actually years back used to hold the US military base. So that's why Itaewon is known as a foreigner clubbing district, because it actually used to be the home of many foreigners who lived in Korea. Now, over the years, they have pushed them all out because they moved that military base because they were having a problem with foreigners living in that area. Maybe it was too much. I don't quite know. I didn't read in detail as to why that happened. All I know is that they said it was too many foreigners and they gotta go. So, but till this day, it is still known as a foreigner district as it attracts many foreigners, and a lot of young adults in Korea also go to Itaewon because it is just a fun party hub. Now there you'll see more people have an older demographic depending on which club you're in, and then you'll also see a younger demographic as well. But know that those clubs do, majority of them have covers, so just be aware of that. But I highly recommend 𝙿𝚃𝙾. Like I said, it was my favorite place to go out with my friends, and it's just a lot of fun. However, I do want to shed light on the recent tragedy in 𝙿𝚃𝙾 on October of 2022 called the 𝙿𝚃𝙾 Halloween Crowd Crush. Many people lost their lives due to a crowd rush during Halloween festivities, and I'm praying for anyone who was affected by this tragedy. Next thing that you must do, now this might be a little biased, but I'm still gonna let y'all know. If you're a foreigner traveling to Korea, is go to Insadong Gil. Love, love, love Insadong. This is the location that I had the honor and luxury of living in while I was in Seoul, and it is a large touristy hub. There are lots of palaces in this area, specifically one of the most famous, Gyeongbok Palace, and I had the honor to take a tour of that palace with some of my friends who I was studying abroad with, and it was absolutely gorgeous.
This palace has been here before Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
In
100 years exactly.
When you put that in like perspective, it's so
yeah, exactly.
Very crazy. Distinguished the path that the king and the royal family can walk on and the other officials to walk on. So the middle one was for the king and the royal people, and the left one and right one were for the officials.
Another thing within the area is ColourPop Museum, which was so much fun. I actually found this place on TikTok while I was in Korea, and I was like, I gotta check this place out. It was exactly what you would expect. There was tons of kids there, but great place for photo ops and just so much fun. Like, I felt like my inner kid was coming out to play with all the different colors and all the photo ops. Definitely a cool place to plan a nice outfit with and go and take some pictures with your friends or maybe a boo. There was a lot of people there on dates, so it is a cool photo op place, but highly, highly recommend ColourPop Museum. It is super cool and a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Insadong was also a hub of really cool themed cafes. I mean, in general, all over Korea, there are really fun and cool themed cafes, but I also really like the ones in Insadong Gil. There was a dong cafe, and when I say dong, like, yeah, like dong. Yeah. Just take that for what you think it is. That's what it was. But I went and it was actually really good. That's the deepest I'll get into that. But the drink I got was good, and the pastries were all like themed, like dong themed. I don't want to gross y'all out, but basically it was really nice. And then also one of my favorite themed cafes was also in Insadong, and it was a music soul complex cafe, and it basically had a bunch of records everywhere around the cafe, and you could actually play your own record that you chose from the selection in a record player while you studied, chilled on a date, chilled by yourself, enjoyed your beverages or sweets, and it was so beautiful. I went to that cafe like so many times because I discovered it later in my trip, and I was so sad that I didn't discover it sooner. So I ended up going to it like back to back to back days, and the owner there loved me, and I honestly hope he's doing well. So hope you guys can check out Music Soul Complex in Insadong. Another really big thing in this area is the 𝙿𝚃𝙾 Hanok Village. Now, if you're traveling to Korea, you have 9 times out of 10 heard of this village because it is a wraparound neighborhood full of all these really cool historical houses and the streets and everything. It looks like something out of a K-drama. It's really, really cool. Also, great photo ops. And then on top of that, the 𝙿𝚃𝙾 Hanok Village is where people can get dressed up in hanok, the traditional dresses, and then go out and take the pictures, explore the palace. This is the area where you see most people doing that when you're looking on TikTok and on social media. I did not do that. However, some girls in my program did do that, and I thought that was really cool. So if that's something you're interested in, I highly recommend checking out 𝙿𝚃𝙾 Hanok Village. Next in this video, I'm going to touch on my visits to the DMZ, which is also called the Demilitarized Zone in Korea that separates North and South Korea. So you don't want to miss that. Wait, I have to show y'all something crazy. 95% of y'all are not subscribed to my channel. I thought we were friends. We not cool? Okay. Oh, it's okay. That's really crazy though. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's cool. That's cool though. I'm just giving y'all this tea, you know, this free tea, but that's cool. Drink up, go. Now I'm definitely hurt, I'm hurt, but if that is you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you guys. Don't forget that it is free 99 and it helps me continue making these awesome videos just for you guys. If you're a foreigner visiting Korea, you have to check out the DMZ. I definitely was watching Crash Landing on You when I visited the DMZ for the first time, so if you've seen the drama, then you know I was having palpitations and I low-key was just looking around for a parachute so that I could fly across the border into North Korea and just live out my Crash Landing on You dream. However, I know that would not have ended well for me. But visiting the DMZ was actually really cool. I didn't know what to expect, but I learned so much about the Korean War, what sparked it, the negotiations that happened within it, and how it all came to an end. I did not know that South Korea was actually losing the war until America came to its aid. So new things you learn every day, and it was so much fun. And then also we got to see a lot of the land that was shared between the two sides before they became separate, North and South. We got to explore war buildings that were in the middle of the war at that time, and they even still had bullet holes in the ruins and on the building itself. We also got to look through telescopes and see North Korean outposts, which was super cool because you could actually see like people in North Korea moving around in the telescopes. I was like, are we supposed to be seeing this? But it was really cool, so highly recommend it. My professor that went with us on this tour was especially super excited for this tour because he wanted to do the underground thing where you could see where the soldiers used to travel underground, and you could actually get really close to the border separating North and South Korea. But unfortunately, the day that we decided to go, they weren't doing that, and they would resume it the following week. So just our luck. But I know that you will be much more lucky. So if you're gonna visit Korea, definitely take a stop at the DMZ. I said that like that's so casual, like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the DMZ. If you're a foreigner visiting Korea, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna wanna shop and bring something home with you from your trip. That's why I highly recommend you check out the COEX Mall in Gangnam, but specifically the Starfield Library inside the mall. The Starfield Library is a ginormous library inside of the COEX Mall that you can actually check out books from using a card system. They also have a Starbucks in there, and it's just overall a great place for photo ops. And if you guys have seen this library before, it is literally on every single Korea video or post, or it's just a very popular place for tourists visiting Korea. And as COEX Mall is in Gangnam, I recommend just exploring the entire area of Gangnam as well. Like I said, it is the upscale portion of Korea, and so there's lots and lots of things to see around there. There's a Cacao Friends store, there's the fashion district with all of the designer stores. Whether you're gonna get anything or not, you can just go there and flex, you know, take a little selfie, you know, just say, hey, I'm here and I'm just living out my K-drama dreams here in Gangnam. Like, whatever you want to do. It is such a beautiful place to check out. There's lots of acting schools there, lots of cool cars. Definitely recommend just going to that general area and checking all of that out as a foreigner in Korea. I couldn't fit everything into this video, so if you want to see all of my experience studying abroad in Korea, then you'll definitely enjoy one of these videos right here, where I'll show you my day-to-day life studying abroad in Korea. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one, C Crew. Bye!